starts with Tazria, a woman giving seed, and then she gives birth to a child. It could have started a woman, Tazria, and then the next word after that, Batitma, and be pure, impure. But it's a seed that there's nothing in it. It's just a dry seed, and the potential what it becomes. And I always wondered how the kohanim, the priests, kept track of every medical state of every person that they had to examine. And I also am curious how common was Tzara'at, the leprosy back then? Was it like 1 at 1,000, or was it very super common? The only other thing I think that we know is what's in the biblical text. There may be something in the midrash. And there's 2 words for it. There's Tzara'at, and then there's nega, and then there's another phrase, I can't remember, takin or something like that. But Yeshua, some lepers came to Yeshua, and when they got healed, he could have said, I declare you healed. If he had done that, he would not have been Mashiach, obviously. What did he say after he healed the lepers? And it go to the priests, because the Torah says a kohen, not a doctor, not a rabbi, a kohen has to declare clean or unclean. The kohen has to examine it. And even if the person is leprous and unclean, you're not allowed to treat them unclean until they are declared by the kohen. And also the prescription, the kohen prescribes how to treat it. Of course, if you want to put any kind of plants on it, there's no mention that you can't. But the basic treatment is the, not incarceration, what do you call it? Separation, isolation, quarantine. That's the origin of quarantine today, I guess. And it's interesting that if the entire body is affected with the symptoms, the person is clean. That's really interesting. And they're not clean until the evening when they go in the mikvah and they immerse themselves. Yeshua was crucified and he died during the day. So in the evening and then the next morning, he's risen. And he died during the day because I guess the emphasis was so that the world can see, yes, he did suffer. He was put up there on a tree for all to see. But then there's another incident where there was a woman who's been bleeding for many days. She touched the tzitzit, the fringes of Yeshua's garment. So you're not supposed to touch anyone if you're unclean. Otherwise, you're unclean until that evening or the next day, whatever. But it doesn't say whether or not he became unclean. But it reminds me of one tractate, Masechet, in the Jerusalem Talmud, which is not in the Babylonian Talmud. The Jerusalem Talmud was written in Israel, and the Babylonian Talmud was written in Iraq, that area, Persia. And it's Masechet Yadayim, the tractate Hands. I learned in the university. It says Sefer Torah lo metameh yadayim. The Torah scroll does not make the hands unclean. But when it's translated, it means your hands, if they're unclean, they don't make the Sefer Torah unclean. So why would it say the Torah does not make the hands unclean? I guess what it means is you cannot touch the Sefer Torah and make the Sefer Torah unclean. The Aron HaKodesh, I think also religious items, tefillin, mezuzot, and you can't unclean. Nothing can make them. Can you make God unclean? No, you can't. He can take upon himself uncleanliness, so to speak, to bear our sins, to tolerate our foolishness. But these things cannot be unclean. The word tameh is Mem Yud Kaf 40, 49, 50. Nun. It's in the Ashrei Yoshrei Veitechas, the Gematria Nun. Nafal, which stands for Jerusalem has fallen. So for Tameh, we're falling from our spiritual level. And it's not a physical thing, you're up high, then you're going low. It's, we're lacking in where we are in our environment. Who do we need to be around? If we are being a troublemaker or in a negative mood right now, and you go to other people and you talk your feelings, talk what's in your mind, talking all the negative things. I'm not talking about counseling, sharing. I'm talking about just talking to feel good. Anywhere, people feel those vibrations, and that tum'ah, that negativeness will spread to someone else. So when Reuben said he was about to say something negative, he turned it around to positive, which is very good. If you think you can't handle yourself in front of someone else, don't go to them right away. Just isolate yourself until your mood changes. We have moods all the time. It could be just waking up, overtired, going to sleep, or you could be a woman and your cycle is near, or you have it, or it could be you're a teenager and it's a shock to your body, the hormonal changes. Sometimes it's hard to control. But the best way to remember this is to read Psalm 1. Ashrei ha'ish asher lo yashav adat rasha'im. Happy is the man who doesn't go by the way of evildoers, doesn't stand there, and it doesn't sit there. Keep a Torah of Adonai, but the Torah of the Lord is on him. Torah of Adonai hafetzo is his desire. And God's Torah, he contemplates day and night. So we have to be on guard like a kung fu master. I studied it for 8 years. Never expose your back to the enemy because your back is, it's harder to defend yourself when your back is facing your enemy. You never, ever do that. So we should never put our back, our vulnerability in situations where our ego will get the best of us, and then we explode all kinds of poison from our mouth or all kinds of monstrosities with our hands. So, but it's hard to do. Study Torah and cling to God. This is how you do it. And listen to your parents. They know what you're going through. They know it's hard. The younger you are, the harder it is to control your bad mood. It's hard, but it takes time. It's hard to share. It's hard to forgive. It's hard to think that, oh, I didn't get that candy yesterday. I went to the store. I didn't get it. Well, okay, so you get it next time. We can't control everything, but we as elderly parents, we try to do the best what's right for the younger. It doesn't mean every time it has to be something that makes you feel good, but it's for your best. But mothers and fathers also are not perfect. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Anyone online?